Hello, so today I'm going to talk about heart rate training and how heart rate training can benefit your training and how to improve. So as a running coach, it does alarm me a lot where I see a lot of athletes or runners, for example, on Strava saying I'm doing heart rate training, and then you see messages, didn't feel like it today, didn't go very well, tried the pace, but I started backing off. I really struggled today. All these excuses or all these like problems, they come, and that's mainly to do with running too fast. Of course, people think that running too fast, running faster is very important to you for getting faster, which of course running fast, you will get faster if you do run faster, but you have to do the proper structure, and running fast all the time will just end in tears. You'll get injured and also you'll go backwards. So you should be running slower as well to get quicker. So I'm going to describe it. I did write a blog. I'll put the link in the description so you can see the link. Actually, there's a few blogs on there regarding heart rate training. I'll have to tell you all the information you need on there and how to work towards it. So how do you work towards heart rate training? So I went on numerous studies, and really you should be running 50 to 60% or max 70% your heart rate max. So in theory, you should be trying to go to a zone 2 heart rate zone. So why does running slower make you quicker? Well, many benefits. So firstly, makes you more efficient. So by making you more efficient will make you faster. By running slower, your legs are more refreshed for the following day, and in theory, you should be able to do a hard session. So you should be able to run hard after a long run, for example, and your legs should not be aching or hurting. So that's one of the benefits. The other benefit is that it actually burns fat. So you teach your body to burn fat instead of carbohydrates. So the difference is when your body uses carbohydrates and you're burning it, you will hit a wall, you start struggling, or the pace starts going down. However, if you flip it over and start burning fat from running slower, it's a more efficient energy source and will last a lot longer. So therefore, you will run faster eventually and longer. So the way to do it, if you haven't got a heart rate monitor, it can be tricky. I mean, it's best to have a VO2 max test, but you can do it the old-fashioned way by doing a Cooper's test, 10-minute or 12-minute, as hard as you can, see what your heart rate max is, or and work it out from there. If you haven't got a heart rate monitor on your watch, you can do the old-fashioned way by touching your neck or your wrist. As soon as you've finished the session, 10 minutes, 12 minutes as mentioned, and you can do 15, count to 15 seconds. You've got to get a pulse. Look, you'll feel it all down here on your wrist, 15 seconds, and then multiply it by 4 times, and that will give you your heart rate max. So what do you do with it once you get your heart rate max? Well, the thing is, people are scared this part because it will make you run slower. So, for example, when I first started doing heart rate training, before I started doing it, I went in a study and I was running 6:30s at for half marathon every Saturday morning, and my legs were completely messed up till Tuesday when I was doing a speed session for my club. So basically, it was so hard on my legs, and I did get injuries, and they were taking a pounding. I turned up to half marathon and wondered why I was running the week before, for example, quicker than what I was running in the half marathon. So I started doing this heart rate training, went on the study, and I was impressed by the results. And obviously, you see a lot of studies out there, a lot of research shows that running slower will make you faster. So I did the guidelines, did what I was told, and I went out and I was running 8 30-minute miles. I had to walk up a hill to keep the heart rate at that zone. And I got on the phone to the guy that was in the study, and I said to him, this was all before I was a coach. What are you? I said, really? What's going on? Like, I've just had a look, and I'm running really slow. He said, don't worry, it will work. So that was in 2015. So now at the same heart rate zone, zone 2, I can run between 6:40s to 7-minute miles per mile, and I feel refreshed. I can go longer. It's made me quicker. So that's one of the benefits, and in the long run, it makes you benefit and it improves your endurance. So don't think of it, oh, I've got to go and do 10 miles. Think of it time on your feet. So I would increase my 2 long runs. So one long run was 1 hour, and then another long run was an hour and a half. I would increase the longer one by 9 minutes for 3 weeks, and the same for a 60-minute one, but that would be 6 minutes instead of 9. So it'd increase for 3 weeks, and then I'd maintain it for 3 weeks, and then reset, bring it back again. And I found that I was covering more and more distance from doing this and having a proper structured recovery. I had more energy, so therefore I was able to go a lot harder on my interval sessions, which of course made me go faster, and it just worked a lot better, and the training was a lot better. So more of a quality session instead of quantity. So with heart rate, what else can you do with it? Well, it is important that you don't overtrain. So many people do overtrain and they do their long runs too quick, and therefore you get the many excuses such as I started off all right and then when struggled, I had to stop. For example, I've seen on Strava there's many heart rates I see from people on there, and they're only like 10 beats per minute, for example, slower than their race pace. Now, for me, my heart rate max is 179, and I train in the zone between 125 and 135, sometimes to 140. Now, the thing with heart rate is you've got to you have to stick to it, and it does work over time. Even my athletes that I train, they've improved, and they stick to it, and I make sure I see all their data. But what you've got to look at is that with heart rate training, one day you might be flying along. So for example, I could go out tonight and I'll be running at 6:50, 7-minute miles, say for example, and then I go out 2 days later and I'm running 7:40s, 7:50s. Now, this is the good thing about heart rate training. It goes with what your heart rate tells you. So you stick to them zones, and no matter how you feel, you stick to that. And the thing is, it could be a number of things. You could be stressed from work. You could be tired, a lack of sleep, trained too hard the day before. All these are some of the factors that play an important part. And if you stick to the certain heart rate, then you won't be overtraining. So, for example, you'll go out one day and you'll be doing 8:50s, maybe say a minute slower than you normally run per mile, and you'll be wondering, or even slower, what's going on. And then you feel refreshed, you feel all right the following day, and then you're able to hit harder sessions. So I would advise definitely heart rate runs, and I do them all the time in my training. It's helped me throughout the years, and I think it is very important that you do this type of training just for your easy runs. So again, as I said, it builds. It will build up your speed, your endurance, make you more efficient, and you'll get faster, of course, and you'll improve, and you won't be too tired or overly tired all the time, and therefore you'll have a quality session. So they've got to mean something. It's no point saying, I'm just going to go out and do 13 miles. I'm going to run at 6:30-minute mile per pace, or whatever. I'm going to run 9-minute mile per mile for 13 miles, and then you get to about 8 miles and you're struggling. There's people I know that run, certain athletes that I train, they run at 7-minute miles, race pace, for example, and they're running 10 minutes at that heart rate. So it does vary, but when they say to me, they question to me, oh, is this right? Is this working? I'm not sure. I say to them that I question the same thing. And at the end, the results show that they've improved. And that's how you should do heart rate training. If you've got any questions, give me a message. But as I said before, the link will be on the description, and you can have a look. There's more information there. So it's just brief information. I don't want to keep waffling around from it. So hope you enjoy. Got any problems? Well, any questions? Don't hesitate to contact me.